Welcome to Center Heist Productions. It is September 15th, 2024. Please hit the likes and subscribe down in your right-hand corner. Muchly would appreciate it as we try to grow the channel. Please share it with your friends and family as well. Please do not forget to hit it. We're trying to grow the channel, and thank you for those who are following. But we really need to bump up these numbers, so please don't forget to hit it. Like it, share it. All right. Don't mind the shoulder. You're going to notice I look like I'm humpback, and you would have sworn I played the game today in the Habs rookie game, but no, I'm actually icing my neck and shoulder. I've got some swelling in the and pretty tender neck area right now, so icing it a lot. So that's why you see the big hump. Anyway, now let's get back to the title of this. This was game 2, and HUtson really shone today, and wow, what a game. Again, I think one thing is, I think some of the channels tend to overhype where we sit with our youngsters in our cupboards. Bottom dollar, we're still being beat. That to me is a problem. And so yes, we have some talent finally come showing itself, but we're still losing these games. So what does that say for the Leafs rookie team, right? That's the thing you got to think about here. However, I will, in defending the young Habs, the one thing I will defend them on, the goaltending. The goaltending, it was just not much better than yesterday. So for me, neither one of these two goaltenders gave us a chance to win. Both Leaf goaltenders, oddly enough, they made the saves when they needed to come through, and that's what really gave them both games, was timely saves. Um, both goaltenders for the Leafs were better than both of ours, and no, not even close, really. Wasn't impressed with that. So hopefully in the future we'll maybe these guys are so young, um, and they'll improve with time. However, that showing was not good on either one of their behalves. And we had some breakdowns defensively here and there. We had HUtson make a mistake. We had Mayu not cover his man in the first goal, I believe it was. Um, Although his partner was out of position, there was a few rookie Canadians, out of position on that play. He wasn't the only one. However, he made it up for it for the rest of the game, and so did HUtson by far. Um, there's no and ifs and buts. HUtson by far was the player of this tournament as far as the Habs go. By far, our best player. Both performances to me, even though he had a few cough ups, gave up the puck, a few giveaways, trying to carry it in and get it stripped. Well, he was trying to win, and he came very close. But beauty, he just blew me away, and that's what I want to get to. Was it brought me back to the days of watching the Blackhawks back when Denny Savard was playing for the Blackhawks. So it was like with HUtson, it was like he was returning us with those spinorama moves of Denny Savard. Now, Denny Savard was the master of it, but boy, did for a defenseman, if he had been a forward, it would have been, yeah. But a defenseman with his shifty little plays and those beautiful, beautiful spinoramas. Just love those. So it just brought back for me good memories of Denny Savard and the Blackhawks. Just was one of a kind in that, and HUtson's got that in his game, and I love it. Very entertaining player to watch. He's definitely the front runner on the team, and Mayu had a strong game today as well. Beautiful goal by Mayu, matter of fact, and like I said, I've seen some of the broadcasts or some of the news outlets, and I get a very big kick out of it, like Montreal Hockey Now saying Beck was our best forward today. Actually, not a chance. Not a chance. Beck was not our best forward today. Sorry to tell you. Actually, we had a line that was really, really on fire, and that was the Thorpe Jack Eye tuck line, and that tuck is good gritty on the boards, gets under your skins type of players, and they were getting under the Leafs' skin quite a bit, and they stood out for each other. But for me, I still run with it was yes. Um, Owen Beck had a strong game. He wasn't by far not the best forward out there, though. Although I can see good chemistry with Beck and Heineman. Heineman played a much better game today. Um, I think he played a better game than Beck today. Um, and whereas I thought Beck was better than him yesterday, so it's almost like they shifted spots. So for me, although I don't see really a forward making the Habs out of this batch of players. I really don't. I think um, there's some good showings, but however, I think honestly, I don't think there's a forward ready to even though there's a position open, it's going to, although, it's early, it's rookie camp too. So, and I would say that the forward that impressed me the most through the whole tournament was Thorpe. He's got a bit of everything in his game. He's got the grit, gets into the corners, mucks it up. Got a heavy shot and not as scared of tango. He's in there for that line. I liked they were out there looking out for each other. It was just beautiful to see the camaraderie. And maybe, as a couple of years goes by, maybe you get to see these three as our fourth line. That would be kind of a nice lineup. I'd say Jack Eye's got the farthest to go though in up in his skill. He definitely needs that year in Laval. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't see, I think he's a little bit behind on that line. He looks a little bit lost out there. That'll come though. He's young. They're all young. But however, for me, the reporters are overblowing that Beck was the best forward today because he was not the best forward today. He was good, better yesterday, I thought. More effective yesterday, and Heineman was all right yesterday. Whereas I just think they flipped roles. I think Heineman was a little hotter today, showed a little bit better. So we had goals from Heineman finally scoring, which was nice to finally see with a shot, I believe, from Mayu. Um, and it was a rebound, off a shot from Mayu, which got us our first goal, excuse me. And then, so after that, of course, the Leafs had scored first before that goal, just so you know. Again, we started off in the hole. Then, went up 2-1, and then Jared Davison gets a goal. And assisted by Ryan Backer, who had a better game today. It was nice to see. And Charles Savoie was our second goal. And then Thorpe got our third goal. He's got a real good nose for the net and raw talent. He's got some things to work out in his game, though. That's why I say I was most impressed with him on the forward group in this whole 2-day rookie camp. I see so much promise in him. Brought some flashbacks between kind of seeing a little bit of Corson, Chris Higgins, and even a little bit of John LeClaire. Kind of a three style types, three players that I've seen a bit of him carrying some of those traits. And he definitely is a team player. He's going to be one of those guys you're really going to enjoy because he really stands up for his teammates and he mucks it up. He's got it all. Imagine what it's going to be like when he thickens up. And that's the same thing I say with Reinbacher. I think Reinbacher, he's got a lot of thickening up to do. He's just very lean, needs some body weight, more body weight. But he had a much stronger game today. Enstrom had a good, strong game, but he did make a mistake, which cost us one. But he made up. He had a very strong game. You're going to have some holes in all of these guys' games here and there, but our goaltender could never bail us out. We just didn't have that type of goaltending in it. But there were misassignments. But overall, our defense, even Charbonneau, played a very good game. And then that goal by Mayu, what a shot that was! Just the feed throughs, and of course, once again. Um, the not, you get uh, Hudson starting the drive, and Hudson's just so hard for them to tie down. He's just so shifty, and you gotta love his play. But that one timer, that came off the boards, what reaction by Mayu side net, just blew it over the goaltender's shoulder. And that goal by same thing, goal prior to by Thorpe, when Jack fed that through, and he was in alone and just deked the goaltender and flipped up a backhand over the top of him. And that was just a gorgeous, gorgeous goal. So there's some positive things there. Um, I thought Protz um, plays fairly well on his pairing. His partner periodically would get out of position, and it kind of cost him a goal here and there. But Protz, he's got he was drafted this year too, and I got to commend him. He's him like Thorpe. They're ahead of their schedules, I think. Another rookie camp, and it could be with another year under their belt. They're going to be something else, because I do foresee Thorpe's definitely going to be cracking the lineup at some point. It's going to be probably most likely with the way we're set up in Montreal. It'd probably be a bottom six role. But boy, does he fit in. And like I say, I do like that 1, 2, 3 punch uh, line of Thorpe, Mayu, or not Mayu, Jacky, sorry, and Tuck. It'd be nice to have a line like that for your fourth line, checking line, because boy, could they do a lot of damage. But anyway, overall, good signs from, again, Reinbacher was much better, stronger game today. Good to see, just a balanced game. Got in on the plays and had an assist. Nice to see him in on it. Much big improvement from yesterday. So that was positive. But for me, there's no change. I foresee Hudson, Mayu next. That those two I see fighting for a role in Montreal in training camp, and Enstrom's going to be definitely in the picture. And you know, Reinbacker's not out of it yet either. Now you got training camp, so there's still some time for these guys to crank it up a bit more. He'll have to crank it up a bit more, because right now the two front runners are, like I say, Hudson and Mayu. Right now are well ahead, and Anstrom playing very, very, very composed, very solid. He's going to cause some heat on that left side. I won't bet against him. He's playing well. He was one of our better players too. He was one of the two that shone yesterday. Um, Behind Hudson, it was him yesterday, um, and Mayu was kind of there too. But that's what I mean. It was kind of, the two of them were kind of neck and neck there. But today it was more like Hudson and Mayu. Although I gave the Hudson by far the edge of just the best player in both games for the Habs. So no doubt. And then Mayu was right there, and Enstrom next. But I don't see any forwards. Shock and Sean Farrell. It's a shame. Yeah, he can. He's got speed. There's no doubt about that. He's got some great for setting up, but he just doesn't last. He'll come out for a shift here and there where he's gritty. He needs to be much harder in his forecheck and not let up. It's his effort which bothers me. And sorry, his size. Works against him as it is. He's not making the NHL. Can't make the Habs. I don't think we can even. He's not the in any position to take a role there. I don't even think. I think he's an AHL player myself, and he's had a hard time with that alone last year. So interesting. Very, very a lot of similarities to Charles Houdon. Um, like the kid, I like all these kids, but there's just certain things. I don't see it within his game whatsoever. To me, I would have made a move um, with somebody out of that second line, um, and pushed them up onto the first line and tried them with them, because Riley Kidney had a strong game today, a very strong game, and good to see. Jared Davison was good. a pretty good game for himself today too. But again, I just do not see anybody pushing any Hab out of a spot now earning where, like I say, Pinard's one spot is available. Under that circumstance, if there's an available spot open, because they're not pushing anybody out of the Habs lineup that's there. Um, Maybe one of them makes it, and it's probably going to be Beck, Heineman, or Beck Heineman. Who was the other one that I was thinking of? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Or one of the actual, like the the guy we just signed, Barat or whatever, Bo Barat or whatever his name was. I forget his name. He could have an opportunity to. We'll have to see training camp because that's going to change things on our thoughts. But I'd have to say Beck and Heineman are probably the front runners for a position on this team. But I love that Thorpe kid. I just think he needs more time to beef up, and there are a few little small chinks. Overall, though, he's got so much high potential. He's really stood out for me. I was just a standout of a surprise player. I didn't expect to stand out the way he did. So for me, I was quite pleased with him more so than any other forward. Tuck had a stronger game. That line was much better today. Thorpe, Tuck, and Jack. I just find Jack. I don't know if he should be at center. To be honest, he seems to get lost a bit in that role. So I don't know. Is that the best role for him at center? Hard to say. But again, he's young. It might serve him well to have a full season in Laval, and that can help his game a lot too. I like the camaraderie and standing up for each other and making a mark, and they did that well. Love seeing Mayu stand up for Hudson when Hudson got hit cheaply with when he hadn't even touched the puck. Uh, Good to see Mayu there as a leader. That's good. That's the camaraderie I like to see. That whole line of the Jacky, Thorpe, um, Tuck, those three all have that. Jared Davidson has a bit of that as well. Um, that's the one area I find Owen Beck and Heineman lacking in. I'd like to see them more into it. Now, yeah, that's pretty much it. But they probably Beck probably has the highest chances of taking that role, and with Heineman right behind him. Other than that, I do not foresee. Other than Thorpe, man, if it was me, I tell you, I'd have that kid going all the way through training camp because he just looked so well ahead of his time. He's going to be coming up there in the near future, in the near next couple of years, very quickly. He's just looks like he fits already. Plays like a solid veteran. Defense, like I say, it's going to be one heck of a fun battle to watch. But boy, I do one thing I'm noticing that I do not like in our concepts. I do not find our forwards get on the point. They give they get leave too much space. They got to put much more, and it seems to be a Montreal Laval thing. I'm seeing this all the way through the system of the way our players are coming in, and it's got to be a coaching thing. That's got to change because you could see that's helped Toronto a lot in their game. Is they were right on our points quite a bit, not granting much time. That I think has to change, and that's even from the NHL level in our system. I think our forwards cause a lot of our problems with goals against, and hopefully that is addressed because it seems to be an issue. But a lot of positives, bright spots. But again, got to come back to the question of why are we being beat? Although our goalies are definitely not up to snuff. Those two goaltenders, anyway, not whatsoever. They didn't compare to the Toronto goalies. So Toronto's doing something right if they're beating us with their rookies. So nobody can say anything about that in that regard. So I think we still got a lot of work to do. Mind you, I think we got a better bunch crop as well coming probably next year onward to add on to those units. So with that being said, it was a 5-4 win. We never could catch them. We put good pressure and tried to, but good showings from Mayu. Hudson by far the player of the tournament for Montreal, both games. I just love that spinorama in him. He is so creative, and his IQ is so up there. So that being said, it was a 5-4 victory once again, and believe it or not, I do believe we could have taken both games had we have had some goaltending. I think that there was just no bailing us out at any given time. A lot of softer looking goals in both games, and their goalies made timely saves. They were well ahead of us. So, with that being said, though, it was entertaining. I just hope to see this mix a bit better now that they're going to be joining the NHLers and a few of their colleagues from the AHL as well, just all at camp, and see how it rolls with different, maybe more talented line mates. May change that. So thank you for watching. You've seen it here at Center Ice. Leave your comment. Tell me what you thought of the game. But I definitely got to disagree with some of these newscasters. I think you're pumping the tires of Owen Beck a little too much. I like the guy a lot myself, but the only spot I can see available to anybody on this next up and coming group is Harvey Pinard's spot, because the guys that are there, I do not see them being unseated. So thank you for joining me. You've seen it here at Center Ice. We will catch you in the next episode, which will probably be, I know there's some games coming up this week, training, that some preseason games. Anyway, we will catch you then. And till then, God bless you.